his arms. Hand up under his arms.
That's really what I've enjoyed the most.
Now, you mentioned your play style, so what kind of builds do you like running with in the W? Do you like playing as guards or some of the bigs?
I do enjoy the big position. That's what I've...
Let's meet the visiting Houston Rockets. At point guard, Fred Van Vliet. At small forward, Dylan Brooks. At guard, Jalen Green. At center, Alperon Şengün. At forward, Amen Thompson. The head coach of the visiting team is Ime Udoka. And now, please welcome your New York Knicks. At forward, at 6'4", number 3, at guard, at 6'6", number 25, Mikal Bridges. At forward, at 6'7", number 8, O.G. Anunoby. At guard, at 6'2", number 11, at center, at 7 feet, number 32, Karl Anthony Towns. The head coach of the Knicks, Tom Thibodeau. Ladies and gentlemen, your New York Knicks.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. At the guard position, Van Vliet in green. Brooks is out there at Thompson. And it's Şengün in at the center. And for New York, Jalen Brunson out there at Bridges. Then there's Towns. Then it's O.G. Anunoby. And it's Hart in at the power forward position. Looking ahead, Brent, how excited are you for the playoffs?
Well, just fired up for the level of competition that steps up tenfold, Kevin. And you know this. We've seen so many great performances come playoff time. Teams are fired up, young guys who are going to get this experience for the first time. But it's the stars that shine in the playoffs, and we are that close.
Now, Brunson, after Jalen Green's three-pointer that didn't go. Brunson finds Hart. Bridges outside. Clock at 6. Offensive rebound. Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
And he's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
The second effort. It's rebounded by New York.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
Bridges misses. The Rockets have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Van Vliet can't get it to go.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Runs in the pass to Anunoby. Here's Brunson, averaging 26 points a game, night in and night out, always effective. 51 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Green against Anunoby.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
Looking at the Knicks, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Pacers in Indy.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
Well, let's hope there isn't any carryover from that letdown in this one.
Bridges passes to Brunson. They need this one. The shot, no good. And so the first quarter wraps up without too much action on the scoreboard. The Rockets lead by 2. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Here's McBride taking a look at the Rockets. Tari Easton is out there with Jabari Smith. Then it's Cam Whitmore. And then there's Steven Adams. And it's Holiday in at the point. The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
At the line, 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And it's tied up with that one. Here's Houston now. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first. But there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you. Payne gets a wide-open look. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Payne's got the lead up to 3 now for the Knicks. You know, Brent, when you talk about home court advantage, the Knicks have one of the best.
Well, New York is so electric, and just I have memories, Kevin, of walking out on that court and it just feeling different. So the Mecca is back, and when it's loud, it is delicious.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
On the wing, Holiday. Payne covering. The shot by Holiday, no good. The Knicks leading by 3. Anunoby with it. Now defended by Whitmore. Here's Payne. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Holiday finds Easton. Out to Smith, and they get it. Nailed from three-point land.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Here's Payne. Lays it up and banks it in. Payne's got 7 now in this quarter.
This story in the second quarter, much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Whitmore, he's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And Whitmore a beast inside because of his power and ability to elevate.
Here's McBride. It's rebounded by Houston. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
And I'm sure they learned their lesson from that game. They know they can't afford to have their first unit unavailable when the game is at critical junctures this time around.
Here's Achua. Eason grabs the board. Feeds to Smith. It's good. This game is all even. Smith's got 5 points so far.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
So a tie game here as we finish the first half. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Joined by Coach Thibodeau. Coach, any areas to clean up in the second half?
We're missing some shots, but the thing I don't like is we're giving up the second shot. So the rebounding is something we got to get corrected.
Thanks for your time, Coach. Appreciate it. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. In the second quarter, they put in the work to create a slight scoring advantage. And taking a look at the Knicks, Shaq, what'd you think?
At this point, you feel like they have to attack inside, make the offense more dynamic. Looks like they're not even trying to make them effective. If you ask me, they're leaving food on the table down there.
And Kenny, what do you have to say about the Rockets?
Playing on the road is having no effect on this team. I mean, between your planes, the hotels, the buses, it's a grind. It can zap your energy level. But right now, they look like the fresher team. And we'll see if they hit the wall in the second half.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
Towns is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's OG Anunoby. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Brunson in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 for New York right now. And it's Towns missing.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face. And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Hey, Greg, where do you think the Rockets are the strongest in their play?
I'd say on the glass. They generally do a good job crashing the boards and going for loose balls. They really value every possession.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Here's Brooks. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. And the pass to Şengün. Shot clock at 6. Green inside the three-point line. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Brunson scanning the floor. Rockets with the rebound.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Outside, Towns. Goes back up, and it's blocked by Şengün.
Using that length, Şengün timing the block.
Van Vliet can't get it to go. For New York, they've gone only 1 of 6 from the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Brooks kicks to Green. Another miss by Houston.
And he has not made one shot in this one. Has to be on his mind every time he's pulling up.
Out to Bridges. For the tie, he lays it in. It's a tie ball game.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play
getting the ball inside.
And we wrap up the third and looking to be an exciting fourth quarter. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Thompson and Green are the guard pair. Green is out there with Jabari Smith. And it's Eason in at the 3 slot. Towns up top, headed by Green. Offensive rebound, and it's blocked. Thompson in the corner. Green taking his time here. Shoots from 12. It's rebounded by New York. Towns has got 5 rebounds tonight. Brunson up top. And the dunk by Towns.
How about the work ethic there of Towns? He's great at positioning himself on the glass and just outworking the opponent.
Here's Green. No good that time. Linux have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. This is a Duachua. Back to McBride. Pass to Brunson. Brunson with another miss. Here's Thompson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And with his movement skills, Thompson routinely catches defenders out of position.
Thompson at the line. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that gives them the lead. A different look for New York. OG Anunoby comes in for Achua, and it's Bridges in for Miles McBride. Şengün's checked in for Houston, and Van Vliet comes in for Smith. And he is unable to get the second one.
Yeah, that's a big miss right there. Now only a 1-point lead.
Here's Anunoby, and stolen by Eason. To the middle, here's Thompson. Count that bucket. And the Rockets lead by 3.
It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Houston. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Second team foul.
It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And, you know, it takes an intelligent player to match up with bigger guys and win. Fred VanVleet is that player. He can outsmart guys who have, on paper, the advantage.
Houston making a switch. Brooks checked in. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on. Nerves of steel, Mr. Şengün.
Bridges for 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Third personal foul. Third team.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5.
At the line.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead.
Hart, no good, and that's an intentional foul.
Karl Anthony Towns, second personal foul.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
At the line.
And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. New York calls timeout. They're down by 8. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
Yeah, this is the classic too little, too late. The effort coming and not enough time for them to get back in it.
Thompson.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And with the playoffs on the horizon, he'll be looking to stay in peak form as long as he can. So Houston wins it. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you next time.